Welcome back, guys. And yes, I wanted to join the Poland server, but it's dark there and I've only got a limited time to to record. So I joined my server. We won't be able to go into third person, but as you can see, we had the horseshoe pack and we had the fanny pack. Okay, I picked up a stow pack. I started as a fresh spawn. As I was running around in the area that we were last time with the cabins, I picked up a blue pub tent, and I picked up a headlamp, and of course I got the arrows. Okay, and I just killed that deer with my first arrow, so we got the raw deer meat that we can cook. And what I want us to focus on today is the hammer, the pickaxe, the torch, and the hatchet. Okay, these are your three basic tools which you are going to need to survive. Now, the torch is primarily for caves and dark places. Okay, you can use your torch as well, or you can use the flashlight as well, but the torch is a much better melee weapon. You can see it does 25 melee damage. It's got a 20% melee bleed chance and a 90% melee fire chance. Okay, so you won't see it setting a mutant on fire, but if you hit a player with it, then it's got a very high chance to set that player on fire. Okay, which is always good in close quarters in a cave. But these are the three things that we're going to focus on, and these are the three tools that you can craft inside the equipment and the tools. You can see we already crafted the fire drill. We know we need to craft that to make a fire. We need the torch for caves and as a protective weapon against mutants and players. And then these are our three basic tools. Okay, so if we go here, it says a crafted hammer could be useful for harvesting metal. Okay, now where would we get metal? Basically, we're going to go to cars to get scrap metal, and scrap metal is going to help us a lot with base building. The pickaxe is used for collecting rocks, so we can hit rocks with the pickaxe to get rocks instead of searching for it on the ground. And then we've got the hatchet as well, okay, which we can chop trees with and get wood. Okay, now in the first part I told you about navigation. Okay, so hopefully you already know how to figure out where you are. Now what I want you to do is to live in the wild like we are doing now, because I crafted everything from the bushes, guys. The horseshoe pack I got from a small little lost house. Okay, I got the tent from outside. So I got everything from lost little cabins and stuff. Okay, I haven't been to a town or any dangerous area. I haven't even been into a road yet. Okay, but once we've got everything that we need to survive in the wild, okay, and we've established where we are on the map so that we can find that area again, then we need to set up a base. Okay, because we don't want to start looting if we've got nowhere to place the loot. Okay, to keep the loot in a safe place. And you want to start building your base as soon as possible, because it's a very time consuming thing to do. Okay, so rather start your base now with basic wood, because you've got a hatchet and you can basically craft everything with the wood, and then you're just going to need to hit a car about twice to make a lockable door, and then you've got basic cover for yourself. Okay, and then with a pickaxe you can hit a lot of rocks and you can get a lot of lumber and everything, and you can craft a bed so that when you die you can spawn back at your base. And because you did the navigation with the map, at least you know where you are. Okay, if you're new to the game, that doesn't mean you're going to know where you are while you're just running around. Okay, you might have been in a town or you might have died in another area that wasn't close to the town and you don't have a clue where your body is. And in the beginning, you're probably going to lose your body, okay, until you've got a good awareness of the map. And if you died from a player, he's probably going to loot you, okay? So you need to get back to your base, and because you're running back to your base constantly to put loot in there, if someone kills you, it doesn't have to be game over, okay? If he kills you in the vicinity of your base, then you can get back to that area quickly and try and kill him, okay, to try and get your loot back. So you've always got a chance for revenge. And again, you want to start your base, and then as you're running around, you know, you don't want to be running around without a purpose. So while you're running around, you've got your hammer with you, and every time you run by cars, you're hitting the cars to get a full stack of scrap metal. Okay, every time you jump into the back of a truck and you see these stacks, you know, these wood piles that can give you lumber. Everything where you see you can get lumber from, you're picking up the lumber as well to get a full stack of 64 lumber to help you to expand your base. And then, you know, everywhere where you pick up, where you can pick up sheet metal and stuff like that, you know, it's just better because you're collecting things that helps you to expand your base all the time. And you know how much resources you need. Okay, so every time you come back to your base, you've got something to do. And then if you get killed, you've got an opportunity to get back to your body. Okay, so for now, I'm going to show you every kind of food resource that you can get at the game. Okay, and we're going to try and keep the video as short as possible. There, JBiz, one of my friends, just died on my server. And since the update, my server is extremely rough, guys. I didn't record it because, you know, I didn't think anything was going to happen. But I walked into a house with a mutant. One of these small little houses, okay? The first one I walked into had a mutant with his back to me. I almost got a heart attack. And then the second house, but I could hear a mutant with the first house beforehand. But I didn't know where he was. So when I opened the door, you know, it was just like right in front of me and I got a heart attack. And the second house, I couldn't hear anything. But when I opened the door, there was a two-headed dog inside there, okay? And I got a heart attack again. So, except for the fact that Poland 3 was at night, and I don't want to record at night, I'm going to do the rest of the series on my server for two reasons. First of all, I'm going to be as careful on my server as you guys will be on an official server. Because official servers are very easy for me. And I'm losing the fear factor, or I've lost the fear factor on official servers. So on my server, the PvE element of the game can kill me very easily. Okay? I've got a ton more AI that spawns around you. Storms can kill me. So there's just a lot more things that can kill me. Secondly, there is more people on my server than there is on Poland 3, okay? So I can still I can still show you guys the raiding, and if I go for an airdrop, the chances that someone's going to compete for that airdrop is very high. So that was the introduction. I hope it wasn't too long. I'm not keeping a stopwatch on me because I just feel that rushes me. But I'll be back now, and I'm gonna show you everywhere you can get food resources. Of course, the first one I just showed you, that was the deer that I killed. Okay, and even if you kill a wolf, you're gonna get deer meat as well. But please don't eat any raw meat. I mean, always look at the description below. 30% food with a 35% chance of being poisoned. So if you're desperate, you can go that route. Okay. But I mean, if you follow you know, what I'm telling you, then you've got a pickaxe and you can get 10 rocks very easily to make a fireplace. Okay? So, I'll be back now. Okay, I've showed you this, but let's take it from a point. Okay? In the wild, you get these apple trees. Okay? And a full apple tree is going to give you 4 apples. But it's not always going to be ripe. Okay, so it's a fresh apple, and a rotten apple. Okay, if we're very lucky, we get 4 fresh apples. And you can see an apple gives you a small percentage of food and fluid. okay, which is a very nice way to keep yourself healthy. Rotten apple, if you want, okay, it's your option. You can go to arrows, and then you'll see here by the wooden arrow, you can add, a rotten apple to 20 arrows. So there we go. I've got the rotten apple. So now all 20 of my arrows are poisoned, okay? And then we've got a lot of options here. With the healing mushroom, we can give the guy radiation. Then we can add both. With one barbed wire coil, we can add bleeding markers to people. So every time I hit him with an arrow, I'm probably going to give him a bleeding marker, okay? Although the arrow is already going to give him a bleeding marker, but this is going to give him extra bleeding markers, okay? So he's going to be in a bit of trouble. And then by the time you get to the end, okay, then the arrow is going to give him a bleeding marker, it's going to poison him, and it's going to give him radiation, okay? And then the ultimate arrows is going to be oil and rubbing alcohol. Okay, and one rag. Then all 20 of your arrows are going to set a person on fire. Okay, which is going to do a lot of damage over time as well. So, although an arrow only does about 14 melee damage. No. Let's go to the arrows. Bleed chance, poison chance, torpidity effect, and stamina. There we go. Now I've got the arrows in. Okay, so the arrow does 48 damage. Okay, and remember, it basically bypasses all protection that you've got on you. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the guy's got a helmet, doesn't matter if he's got a flak vest on. Okay, as long as you don't hit him in the arm or the hand or the leg or the foot, because that mitigates damage in any case. Okay, makes it a small percentage. As long as you hit him in the chest or the head, okay, he's going to die with 2 arrows, because every arrow is going to give him a bleeding marker. So you can hit him twice and, wait for him to die. And if you hit him in the head, he's going to die in any case, okay? But if you can just get 2 nice body shots, because it's a bigger target, if you can get 2 nice body shots with a bleeding arrow, okay, then you can just wait, because after both shots, he's only going to have 4% health left, and the bleeding markers are going to lower it. He can't stand still to stop the bleeding mark. He can't stand still to take a rag, because you're probably going to kill him. Unless, he's a pro, then he'll be able to use a rag while he's jumping up in the air. But to do that, he has to have quit his inventory screen, okay, on the rag. So while he's running, when he presses the inventory, his mouse is on that. Okay, so XR, one of my friends, is a PvP pro. So what he taught us on his video is that basically, I've never done this, but you can do this. But in any case, if you're running, you can go bam bam, okay, and heal yourself. And there's a method that if you run and jump, you can do it while you're jumping as well, okay, so that you don't stand still. But let's get to the second food option. Okay guys, your second food option is going to be next to the coast, okay, not rivers, next to the sea. So again, if you're staying on the south or on the edges, it's very easy to run to the beach, okay, and it's not everywhere. You can see, like there, I'm never going to get anything, but on these flat surfaces you're going to get seaweed, okay, and from every pile you should be able to get 2 seaweed, okay, and the seaweed gives you less than apples, but again, it keeps you alive with the food. Now the water is going to be a problem for you, okay, so anytime you're under pressure with water, so like literally you're running out of water and you're going to die, then you've got an option. Then you've got a choice. If you haven't found a blue mushroom or an anti-rad tablets, then you're going to need to drink out of, you're going to need to drink out of the ocean or out of a river. Okay. Now, again, do not spam anything. Okay, so the screen is going to blur a bit, but I don't care about that. This is for research. Okay, so I've got 74% water. Okay, I hope this doesn't give me 30% because we want an exact number here. So let's take one sip here. 74 to 90. Okay, that's giving us 74. It's about 15-16%. 74 to 90 is 16% water. And we got 2 radiation. Okay, sometimes you're going to get 3 radiation. But having 2 radiation doesn't do anything to me. Okay, I can still play. But if I'm on 0 water, that's going to kill me. Okay, so you can play comfortably up until about 30% radiation. I think here from 25% radiation you can start puking and stuff like that. You know, but that's fine. So always remember, this is a good source for food and water to stay alive. Okay, now let's get to the next option. Okay, we found a campsite. Now remember, the places I want you to stay away from are roads and towns in the beginning. Okay, campsites, small houses, anything small. Okay, which you know hasn't got a ton of loot, like cities, you know, and places like that have got a lot of loot. But as small places do not have a lot of loot, but you can get good loot for yourself. Okay, so places for rags are sleeping bags. Okay, sleeping bags are a nice resource of rags. Of course we can use the bushes, but I mean places like this are always good, you know, for various reasons. And of course we can farm at our, there we got a nice vest with 4 extra slots. We can always farm at our base, you know, for extra, to farm food. Okay, that we've got a food resource. That's a heat pack, and you know, you're going to need it in cold conditions. On my server it will be the difference between life and death. So looting on my server is extremely important, and when you survive on my server you really feel, you know, you've earned it. Because if you come onto the server as a fresh spawn at the wrong time, you know, you can run into a very bad storm. And there's various PvE elements that can kill you if you're not experienced. And the other thing about servers like mine is that it adds some fun to it. Okay, so if you go to consumables and you go to food, then it's not just the salt that you can add to the food. There's these nice little recipes that you can cook, you know, which takes some gathering. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to gather. You know, but it gives it a very nice fun factor. You know, there's various options, like I can get masked with 10 AM coins. So normally on self-hosted servers there's no purpose for AM coins, but I mean it's small things like this, you know, on self-hosted servers that helps, you know, and makes it more fun. And then I can craft matches, of course, which, you know, is a various option. But the big thing is, for me, on official servers you can only craft these bullets, and I don't really like that, because if a player like me gets a Reaver, then I love these bullets. Okay, a Reaver is a legendary DDMK-18. I can kill everyone with this. If I like the new M9A1 pistol, which sounds the best, I'm gonna love this ammo. And then basically, because I've got a very powerful close range weapon, you know, and I've got a really cool pistol, I must just basically farm sniper rounds, you know. But if I like an MP5 or you know, a Wastelander or other weapons, you know, I can't craft the bullets. So you know, it's like nice mods like this that allows you to craft all the bullets. Okay, because on official you can craft that in any case. Okay, so I want everyone to play with the weapons that they want to play with, and it's very frustrating if you find a weapon that's really cool for you and you really want to play with that weapon, but because of RNG, you struggle to find the ammunition for that weapon. Okay, so yes, you might say if you find the Dictator, you know, the rare AK, then it's a bit OP that you can craft the ammo. But this is, you know, this is what I love. It just makes the server so much more dangerous and more realistic. And again, the mod is just expanding your choices. Like I say, on an official server, I can still craft the bullets that I need, you know, and kill everyone. But on this server, I've added a lot of things that adds to the immersion. Like the vehicles stays on the server for 2 weeks. All the vehicles stay on the server for 2 weeks. But I've got rules as well. You can't hoard vehicles on my server because I'm the admin, okay? I will ban you if you break the rules. And you can't stack walls. So everyone on this server must build realistic looking bases, okay? And the person that raids it must have a realistic chance to raid it. If you want to build a base that's very difficult to raid, you go and drag metal parts to your base, you know, and you make a bunch of compartments. We're not going to touch your base in any case, okay? Because with the new metal walls, I don't know if they're still going to update it, but that is their purpose. They're going to make it so that metal walls take 16 C4, which I don't like at all, but still, let's just say on the level that we are now, a full metal wall takes 18 C4, or 8 C4. So if you can give me 4 levels to go through, when your loot room is in the middle of your base, of your, you know, Fort Knox that you've built, then I have to go through basically 4 levels. 4 times 8 is 32 C4. I have to use 32 C4s to get into your base without getting killed, you know, and I have to take the risk of taking the C4 all the way to your base. So I'll probably have to drive as well. I don't know if you're at your base or not, and if I attack you at your base, you've got a bed. Most of these guys know how to build a base. You've got a bed, so I have to kill you twice. You know, so there's a lot of risk involved with it, but still, it adds to the immersion, and it makes the server just so much more fun. Tents as well. You can only have 1 tent on my server. You can have 1 quad bike and 1 vehicle, okay, and 1 boat or jet ski, okay, but you can't hoard stuff now because we can build bases on the beach. If you've got a beach base, you build a base on the beach, then I allow you to have 1 jet ski or 1 boat, okay. And then I allow you to have 1 vehicle because you need a vehicle for inventory space and to tow things with. You can't tow vehicles with a quad. And I allow you to have a quad because a quad is very nice to drive. And you need a quad for airdrops because you can't look, my server is first person only. You can't look through the roof, okay? So it's much nicer with a quad. Okay, so, yes. This is basically where I'm going to end it for now, guys. In the next episode, we're going to build a base, okay? And what I'm going to be doing is chopping a lot of trees with a hatchet. I'm going to be getting a lot of rocks with a pickaxe, okay? I really don't need to tell you where to get rocks, guys. I mean, let's just go through here, okay? We know where to get wood. You just hit those trees, okay? And rocks are all over the place. Okay, so all I do with the pickaxe is I come and hit rocks. Okay, and I get rocks. And there's going to be other rocks where I can get resources from, like pyrite for C4 and, you know, various kinds of crafting, but we're going to get to that later as we expand the base. And then, except for the rocks, what did I just think about? There was the water, there was the rocks. Oh, here's a car here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. This is how I'm going to get the scrap metal, and this is how quick it is to get the scrap metal. I don't have to go to a road to see a car, okay? There are a lot of cars in very small areas on the map. So, for me to get a car, I just, at this little campsite, and there's various other locations with cars. I know I'm going to need 2 scrap metal to make a lockable door. But just from this area alone, I need about 64 scrap metal to craft the furnaces and everything that I'm going to need, okay, to have a complete base. But I mean, just in this small area, let's quickly see how much scrap metal we can get. I think every car gives us about 9 to 12 scrap metal. Always move around. If there's a guy that wants to snipe you, you know, don't make it easy for him. And when you're chopping trees, a spider can spawn underneath your feet. So that's always good to move, because if you stand still, hey boy, if you stand still chopping a tree and you don't move, then a spider's going to spawn at your feet. But you're not going to hear him, and then he just starts exploding and you can't get away from it, okay? So always keep moving. Here's another vehicle. And there's another vehicle. And this all crafted in the bush, guys, and staying safe. Okay? And you must enjoy the game. You must experience the game. I have started hundreds of characters over. I've played on basically most of the European servers, and it's always a pleasure for me starting over. So I've got 41 scrap metal there. So if I go to base building components, and I go to doors, so there I can make a lockable door with 2 scrap metal, and I can make a wood gatehouse gate. But we first going to need to get the guide, okay? So I can make a door, and I've got the 2 scrap metal, and then I can make a campfire with rocks. I can make a bed with 20 rags and 10 lumber, so I can plan ahead. I know what I need for a heater, and then here, the furnaces. It's 32 rocks and 10 scrap metal. Okay, so if I get 1 more scrap metal, I can make the door. I've got more than enough scrap metal. I just need to harvest 1 stack, 64 rocks. Okay, and I can make 2 stone furnaces. We can focus on the fireplace later. And then I need 5 more scrap metal for the workbench. But we can do that later as well. And then with a mod, you know, we've got a cooking station. So I've already got enough scrap metal for most of the things that I need. But I'm going to end it here. In the next episode, we're going to start a base. I'm going to go look for a nice location to build my base. And at the end of the day, that's going to be my base. Somebody asked me, please build my ultimate base. And you know, I was on Poland 3, and I thought to myself, I need the snapping to be at the final stage. But I thought about what kind of base I want to build, so I don't think I'm going to need to use the roofs. Okay, I would like my rooms to be very open, but of course I'm going to use the platforms as roofs. But we're still going to get a nice design here. So this is basically going to end up where I'm going to build my dream base. Okay, or my ultimate base. And yes, hope you guys are excited to see that in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button. And you know, if you want to be notified of future videos, click that bell button. And please, on your social medias, tell your friends about this game, because the desert map is still coming with new vehicles, and epic things are going to happen in this game before the end of the year, guys. So build the hype up now. Let's stand together, you know, so that December we can all play on busy servers and we can all enjoy ourselves. Okay, this is Luthais. Have fun, and see you guys next time.